guys, hope you're doing very well. In today's video I'm just going to sit down and talk about my newest tattoo. I do this for every single new tattoo that I get, so I thought why not, let's do it for this one. Nothing's going to change. I'm just going to talk about the whole process and stuff like that. I did mention a little bit about it in the vlog that I did when I got this tattoo, so you might hear the same thing over again, I don't know. I'll definitely talk more in detail. But yeah, I got this tattoo done on the 5th of May. I'm filming this on the 8th of May, so I've only had it 3 days. In case you didn't watch the vlog of me getting the tattoo, I'll leave a link down below. You can give that a watch or whatever. But if you're not into vlogs or whatever, this is probably the best place for you to find out about my new tattoo. So I got tattooed by Keely Rutherford. I've been tattooed by her before. She did my craft tattoo. I'll flag up a picture here so you can see it in case you haven't seen it. But she actually did that. She normally specialises in colour. She's like very girly, kawaii, glitter, bold, bright, pastel, beautiful colours. I don't know, she has like the most awesome colour palette. But she actually did that black and grey one for me. Sometimes people wouldn't even know it was a Keely Rutherford piece just because it is black and grey, but she did do that for me. So I've followed Keely for a very long time now. She is like one of my favourite tattoo artists. She is super talented and her personality is just such a sweetheart. She's so kind and gentle and she's such a lovely girl. Honestly, I have so much respect for her. But yeah, anyway, on the 30th of April I noticed on her Instagram stories that she had put up a post or Instagram story thing that said that she had space on the 5th of May. And me and Yasmin, my best friend, we had already had plans to go to London that day, and I was just like, well, the appointment's at 12. Where's the harm in, you know, asking my best friend to see if it's okay and then maybe booking the appointment? So I texted Jasmine straight away and I obviously wanted to get her permission. Not permission, I just wanted to ask her. It's just like a kind thing to do, to say, hey, for like an hour or two, are you okay waiting around while I get tattooed while we're in London anyway? I don't know, I just thought I'd do the nice polite thing and ask. So Yasmin was like, yes, absolutely, go ahead, this will be so fun. Like, she's very supportive, my best friend, so shout out to Yasmin, thank you very much. So yeah, and then as soon as I got the go ahead from Yasmin, I emailed Keely. I was like, hey Keely, it's me, like, being needy in your inbox, and I just gave her the idea that I have wanted a cinema tattoo for quite a while now. This is what the tattoo is, it's a cinema inspired tattoo. I just gave the options, like I didn't give too much detail. I kind of just said I want an old style cinema ticket, I wanted like a drink, whether it's cola or like a slushie, and some popcorn. I love popcorn. Like, I am such a popcorn fiend, it's unbelievable. I told her the 2 placements that I wouldn't mind it on. The first placement was the front of my shin. I've got this like gap right here, so I said that could be one placement, or the back of my leg, my calf, which was very bare and empty. She managed to actually design it and draw it up to fit perfectly on my calf. Like, it fits so nicely. It's like so snug in there. It's like the perfect drawing type situation. But yeah, that's the only thing I told her to do, was those 3 options, and then obviously she can just do whatever she wants. That's the kind of person I am. I was just like, do what you like. So yeah, it all went through. She said yes, absolutely, we'll do that, I'll see you on Saturday. I put down a £50 deposit, which is totally normal. Tattoo studios in England, I think the deposit ranges from 20 quid to, I don't know, maybe 200. Most I've ever had to pay for a deposit myself is £100, and that's when I got tattooed by Danny Quapo, when I got my pin-up pizza lady. I haven't flashed her off in a while, so here she is. She's still here, obviously. PayPal'd her the deposit, and that deposit comes off the total of the price of the tattoo. The price of the tattoo was £300. It is big and beefy, it's a big size, so to me personally it's well worth it. So at the studio I only had to pay £250 because I already paid that £50 deposit, and I gave Keely a tip as well. It's my standard usual amount of £10. Everyone always asks me like, what do you tip? And that's my normal amount, like £10, because tipping really isn't a big thing in England. It's not like a huge, like, you have to do it type thing. It's a case of like, if you want to do it, it's always nice and it's always accepted type thing. So the day rolls around for me to get the tattoo. I haven't seen the design before or anything. It's normally how it works out for me. I normally see the tattoo on the day. I don't think I've ever made any changes to a tattoo ever in my whole entire life. Like, I normally love anything an artist designs for me. Maybe because I'm not very creative in my brain. I never have an actual vision of what I want my tattoos to look like, because I just can't think of them. I can think of ideas, but I can never envision it in my brain, because I can't do that in my head. I can't. Editing, oh my god, I have so many visions in my head when it comes to like making creative videos. Tattoos though, I leave that to the professionals. I can't, my brain is just like cheesecake and pizza and inappropriate quotes from films. So yeah, I didn't see the tattoo until I got there. So me and Yasmin got to London around about 11 I think it was, and we had a McDonald's. That's normally my pre-tattoo food. It's very unhealthy. I know, you don't have to rag at me about, you know, McDonald's, like, I get it, I know. So then we got an Uber from the McDonald's to the studio, which is Jolie Rouge. That's Keely's home studio. She does travel quite a bit. She does quite a bit of conventions and stuff, but that's where she sort of is based at, so to say. So we got there, you know, dead on time at around about 12, which was the time of my appointment, and Keely was sort of like doing the finishing touches of the design. I think she was printing out the design or whatever onto like tracing paper stuff, and she was like, oh hi, and like we said hi and stuff, and she's just so lovely. And then she went and set up and stuff, and I kind of just sat and waited by the window bay. They've got this like window bay thing where you can sit down and just chill while the artist is sort of finishing up or whatever, or if you're waiting for a friend or what have you. I love Jolie Rouge. I have said this so many times, but Jolie Rouge is maybe most probably my favourite tattoo studio that I've been to, like decoration wise. I mean, obviously artist wise as well, there's a lot of talented artists there, but there's just something about the reception area. I just love it so much. It's so unique and quirky, and they've got this fireplace by the stairs. It's just like, okay, that's cool, that's different. So I really do love the way Jolie Rouge looks like, and the reception lady, I don't know her name. I know one of the reception people's names, I don't know her name. I feel really bad. But she was lovely also, and just everyone there was amazing. When it was my turn to come downstairs and for Keely to put on the stencil, she put it on like first try type thing. She put it on and she was like, how does this look? And I looked in this mirror and I was like, that's perfect. I should have said this, but Keely showed me the design and it was just perfect, and it is perfect. I love it so, so much. It's everything that I could have wanted and more. She added a couple of hearts and a couple of stars, and the thing that I didn't even notice until I think it was the next day, like my brain just, I'm half asleep most of the time, but she had added dot work around the tattoo that matches my alien tattoo. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I will take it. It is the most adorable touch ever. Like, I think it's adorable how she has kind of worked in a style from my other tattoo, because my other tattoos don't have any dot work around them, but she kind of matched it like with the colours and stuff like that. It's very identical, and I noticed it. I was like, oh my god, like she's matched my space sprinkles from my alien tattoo. This is so cute. And I even put it in my Facebook group because I thought it was just the most adorable thing ever. But yeah, I'm just looking at the tattoo now, don't mind me. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I let her do whatever colours she wanted. She kind of did go with the traditional like popcorn box thing, but then everything else is just so colourful and bright and vibrant and bold. So yeah, she got me to lay on the bed quite funny. So as it was on my calf, obviously I'd have to lay on my front so she could get to my calf. That's literally the only way you can do a calf tattoo. But she asked me to sort of go on my side a little bit, so I had one leg up almost to my chest type thing, so I could angle myself and balance myself a little bit better. That was okay. It wasn't that uncomfortable. The only thing that got uncomfortable for me was actually this arm, because I was leaning on this arm and I was getting pins and needles in my arm and my hand. I was just like, oh my god, this hurts. Like, do you ever notice that sometimes, like, the tattoo itself isn't that painful, but like the situation that you are bent in or you're sat in or you're laying in, it's more uncomfortable. But I will say though, with this tattoo, it was very, very, very spicy, like unbelievably spicy. Some parts were okay, like I could tell what she was doing, like I knew when she was doing line work, like I could feel the line work. It was so spicy and stingy and just strong feeling. Like, I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but it was just very intense. Then when she do a bit of colour, I'd just be like, oh yes, oh my god. Like, I could feel the difference, but it was very, very spicy. Calf tattoos are not fun. I'm gonna rank it as my third most painful tattoo, believe it or not. It was, yeah, it was an experience, but it didn't take that long. I got to the studio at 12, but she didn't really start tattooing me until about 20 past 12, and she was done I think by 2 or whatever. She's a very, very fast worker. I noticed that when she did my craft tattoo, it's kind of bing bang bong, she's done, but that doesn't affect the quality of her work either. She doesn't rush it type thing, that's just how fast she works. She's very fast, but the quality is still A+, like absolutely amazing. Well done. I don't know how anyone could sit through a calf tattoo for longer than like 2 hours. I don't think I could do it. It was very, it was a feeling. I had a feeling. But today I commented in my Facebook group, because I've had a bruise come up on this. I'll leave pictures up here so you guys can see. But I've had a bruise come up, and I've never had a bruise come up with a tattoo before that I know of. So it was very different for me, and because it's come up yellow, normally to me when you get a new bruise it comes up like purple or whatever, doesn't it? So I've got this like yellowness around it, and I was like, oh my god, do I have like some kind of plague here? Like, do I have sepsis? Is it sepsis when you turn yellow, or is that liver failure? I'm not sure, but I have this like yellowness around it, and it's mainly in the more flabbier bit. I don't have it going down to where my cat tattoo is, that's fine, but in the more jelly bit of my calf it's gone yellow. But everyone in my Facebook group was like, yeah, that's a bruise, don't worry. Other people put pictures of their bruises on their tattoos and it looks exactly the same. So I had my mind put at ease, which is great. Thank you guys so much. That was so helpful, because yeah, I've never had a bruise before, so I didn't know what was happening. So for once in my life I was just like, oh my god, now I need the advice. Like, people come to me for tattoo advice, but for once I was stumped. So yeah, thank you guys for helping me with that. So it is a bruise. It should go down within the next couple of days or so, maybe a week. So it took an hour and 40 minutes. I had to have one little break because I was dying for a pee. I mentioned this in the vlog, but I'm the kind of person that when I need to pee, I've got to pee. Like, I can hold it for maybe like 20 minutes or so, but once my bladder is like, okay girl, you have to pee now, I kind of have to go. So I went to Keely. I was just like, hey Keely, can I pee soon? Like, I didn't even say like, hey, can I go to the toilet? I literally was like, hey, can I pee? Like a 5-year-old. Like, she must have been like, oh, what? Okay. So she kind of carried on until she come to a natural stopping point, which was fine. I could obviously hold it for that amount of time. I wasn't like gonna pee all over the bed or whatever. So then I had a little pee break. She wrapped me up before I went to the toilet and stuff. She's like, yeah, okay, you can pee now. And I went to the toilet and stuff. So that was the only break I had, and then we sort of got to it. And I think when I had that little pee break, I think there was only like half an hour left, if that. So it wasn't unbearable, whatever, because sometimes if I stop while getting tattooed, because when I got my back tattooed by Holly Astral, I think we stopped a couple of times so I could go to the toilet and she could eat and stuff. When you start up again after having like a 5-minute break or so, it, to me, it's awful. Like, I hate it, because I think my body goes into like the mode of, hey, she stopped now, everything's over, we're done here, we can relax. And then when, you know, the tattoo art starts again, my body's like, ow, 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 no, 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 I thought we had stopped this. It was kind of a bit more painful for the first 2 minutes after the break, and then my body obviously got used to it again. I don't know if anyone else feels like that if they take a break, I don't know. I normally have like palm-sized tattoos or whatever, so I don't normally need to take a break in those, but I had eaten at McDonald's, and I am on this thing where I'm just drinking water, like, a lot. So I had drunk quite a bit of water beforehand as well, so your girl had to urinate. I had to go, nature called. Another lovely thing that happened while I was there, again, I did mention this in my vlog, but let's give it another mention. When I walked down the stairs to Jolie Rouge to get tattooed by Keely, this girl was like, hey Lauren, and I was just like, looked over and I was like, that's really weird, who's saying my name? Like, that wasn't Keely, who was that? I looked over and she like waved at me, this girl that was on this bed, the bed that Manny was using to tattoo. Manny did my cat face tattoo. She's also a lovely tattoo artist. She's like, hey, it's me, I'm from your like Facebook group, I watch your videos, something along those lines, I'm kind of like paraphrasing here. And she said, I'm the other girl from Dunstable, and that's the town I live in. I went, oh my god, I was like, Megan, because obviously I remembered her name because she lives in the same town, so like, yeah, I would remember something like that. And she was like, yeah, and I was like, oh my god, this is the strangest thing ever. Like, imagine that. Like, of all places I would meet her or bump into her, I meet her or bump into her in London in Jolie Rouge on the same day. I didn't bump into her at like Asda or Tesco or Sainsbury's or whatever. No, we're in London. We're in Jolie Rouge on the same day. It was just the most bizarre thing ever. She was getting a beautiful piece by Manny also. It was very intricate on her calf also, so I mean, hers had a lot of line work, and I can't even, no, line work, calf, not a good mix. It was really nice to meet her also. And then yeah, that was pretty much it. When Keely was done, she wrapped me up, she took a couple of photos and stuff. I'm quite a bleeder, so she wrapped me up, let me bleed out for, that sounds a bit bad, let me bleed out, but she let me bleed a little bit, and then She unwrapped me again and told me to lay back down on the bed. She gave me a wipe down, and then she took a couple of photos and videos and stuff like that, and then she's like, okay, I'm gonna wrap you up now. And then she did this thing where she wrapped tissue paper around my ankle to stop any leakage, which is very likely with me. I'm a very leaky girl. And then yeah, I paid her, gave her a hug, and that was it. It was a very lovely experience as always. I highly recommend if you guys are into cute, kawaii, colourful, sprinkles, glitter, whatever it is. I'm sure Keely could nail it. She would be able to make anything look cute and pastel. Honestly, you could get a turd tattoo and she would be able to make that look amazing. Oh, I didn't even talk about the meaning of the tattoo. I maybe should have said that. The meaning behind the tattoo is, well, it's kind of self-explanatory, honestly, really. I just love the cinema. I love films. I'm honestly obsessed. Me and Yasmin have these unlimited cards where we get to go to the cinema as many times as we like each month. Yeah, we go a lot, at least 2-3 times a month, maybe more. It depends how many films are coming out in that moment, but we're always watching films and it's just great. I just love going to the cinema, especially with my best friend or even Liam. Me and Liam go sometimes to watch like Marvel films because Yasmin isn't much of a Marvel person. I love Marvel films, Liam loves Marvel films, so yeah, I mean I go to the cinema a lot basically. I've studied in media for many years in college and school and stuff like that, so I've always had a love for film and the creativity and how much work goes into making a film and how it's just like so realistic at times, and like I get so lost in films sometimes. It's unbelievable. Like I will watch the most silliest of films. I just get so emotionally attached to them. I've said this before many times on my channel. Like I have cried at The Sixth Sense. Like if you've seen The Sixth Sense, like, why am I emotionally invested in that film? But I cried like a fucking baby. It was just really sad at the end. And Interstellar. I've only watched that once and I will refuse to watch it again until I'm emotionally prepared. But that is like one of my top 10 favourite films. I know I've only seen it once, but I bawled like a fucking baby at the end of that film. It's a sci-fi film. Why am I crying? But I'm crying. I just get so emotionally invested in films. My favourite kind of genres are horror, comedy, sci-fi, definitely sci-fi, action, thriller. I like all of it. The only ones that I don't really particularly like too much are romance ones. The only kind of romance one that I actually like is probably The Notebook. And again, I fucking cried like a baby at that. That's one of the reasons why I don't watch romance films, because I just end up crying. And I don't know, it's just unrealistic expectations and you look at it and you're just like, ugh, bullshit, you know? But yeah, I watch a lot of films. I love films. I could talk about films all day long. I love the art of cinema, I really do. So this tattoo is to represent that. And yeah, that is it for this video. This has been very talky, very rambly. I'm very dry in the mouth region. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing very, very well. And until my next video, bye.